Hello and welcome to Lifetime Uncorked, the podcast where we discuss your favorite made-for-TV movies. Whether you love to hate watch or hate yourself for loving them, pour up a glass of your favorite cocktail and join us. I'm your host, Patrick Serrano, and my guests today are...
I am Drew Curran.
And I'm Michael Potsic.
Wow.
Hey, it's a song one.
A singing opening.
I wrote that.
You
earlier.
did?
Yeah, I wrote that for you.
Beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
Me and Michael got together and we
Yes,
wrote
you
that.
guys are two musicians. Welcome, Michael, to the podcast.
Thank you. I'm very, very excited to be here.
I'm so excited. You reached out on Instagram and was like, hey, I love this podcast. And I was like, you should definitely be on it.
I did. I did.
Definitely be on it.
Well, I actually did a whole binge because I came in right at wrong swipe. And I was like, this is great. So I went all the way back.
You did Christmas?
To preview one.
Wow.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Okay.
Charlotte's great.
Yeah,
hilarious.
Charlotte's amazing.
Charlotte is the best.
And Amy's really good. You guys had a lot of great guests.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Good.
Well, we're going to have one more.
We have some good
You.
friends.
Oh, good.
Boom. Boom.
Do you watch the Christmas Hallmark movies?
I haven't seen a single Hallmark or Lifetime movie. So my first
Ever?
one was this one.
Nice.
Hey, that's really good to know that people who don't watch the movies could still enjoy the podcast.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Well,
Right.
I mean, really, it's because I'm not allowed to watch them.
Right.
Right.
Patrick does
You're not allowed.
I'm not allowed to watch them because that's part of the thing.
But Michael is allowed, and he
Totally.
did.
Mhm.
Oh,
Yeah.
Michael, do you want to talk a little bit about you and your life and just things in general?
Yeah, so I'm a writer performer in town, and I just put out my debut family pop album.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Not Kids Bop.
Not
which we
Kids
learned
Bop,
pre-taping.
although Kids Bop UK is following me on Instagram.
Well,
I did not
Oh,
follow back,
that's it.
but that's
Insta
pretty
famous,
exciting.
Insta
Just saying.
famous.
Just saying.
You don't have to follow them back.
No, I don't, and I'm not. So I put it out, and it's called Michael's Music Machine, and it's available on everything.
Cool.
Yeah, and then I do a lot of live performances. I do a Thursday morning free music class at Little Threads in Roscoe Village, and I do a hour-long story hour and music hour at City Lit Books in Logan Square every Saturday.
It's great.
Wonderful. If you're in Shy, check it out. Or just in general, just go to Spotify. It's on Spotify, I'm sure.
Spotify.
What was the title
All
of the
the
album?
things.
Michael's Music Machine.
Michael's Music Machine. Check it out.
That's
Check
right.
It out.
Maybe I'll play it. Maybe I'll play it.
Right. It'll just be underscoring this whole section.
Listen, the album's only 30
I don't wanna
minutes, so
put
you can
a
get
lot
the
of
whole
editing.
thing.
Pretend it's playing right now.
Right. Yes. Okay, great. So today we are talking for Michael's first Lifetime Hallmark movie ever. He got a good one. Not a good one, but I'm saying in the prestige, if it was to be Oscar movie,
Yeah.
this would be the Oscar movie of TV. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
It
Yeah.
Sure.
Michael's like,
It
you
didn't
look at me
feel
like,
that way.
You're crazy. You're crazy. But no, Oscar.
Well, bless their hearts. Let them think that.
It's a Hallmark Hall of Fame movie. So now, when I say Oscar movie, Oscar movies aren't necessarily the best, most entertaining movies out there. They're just the most prestigious, right?
Right.
Sure.
So this is the most prestigious Hallmark movie.
Great.
And they have a long line of Hallmark Hall of Fames. Oprah was endorsing them for a while and showing them
right.
on ABC. They were, but now they've moved to the Hallmark channel.
Huh.
Yeah.
But they used to be a big deal. Sissy Spacek was in one. She has a couple Oscars, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, so today the movie is called The Beach House.
Ooh.
It stars Minka Kelly. Do you know Minka Kelly, Drew?
Not by name.
She's from Friday Night Lights.
Okay.
She's Lila Garrity on that one.
I didn't see
Okay.
that either.
Really, Friday Night Lights, guys, is a really great show.
I've been meaning to get to it.
It's good, except for season 2 when they're on the writer's strike.
Oh.
It really messes it up.
Writer's strike messed a lot of things up, I feel
Yeah,
like.
it really messed up that show for the second season, but then the third season they just act like they just absolve the second season.
They
It
just are
doesn't
like,
matter.
that wasn't
Yes.
real.
Yeah.
I feel
Well,
like
the writers won, so it should have been better.
Shows,
They did.
You know? Yeah.
a lot of shows did that.
Way to
Yeah.
go, writers.
Also stars Andie MacDowell. We all love her.
Oh, yeah.
Groundhog's Day.
Yeah.
That's right.
And I always confuse her with Tom Hanks' wife and what's that other guy? Ted Danson's wife. They all look similar.
They're just
They're brown-haired white ladies.
brunette
Sure.
white ladies. They all look the same.
But I do like Andie MacDowell. Chad Michael Murray from One Tree Hill.
Okay. So I was watching this, being like, "Who is this guy? Who is this guy?" And then one of the commercial breaks are like, starring blah 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 blah, Chad Michael Murray. I was like, "Oh, that's who that is."
Yeah,
How far are we fallen from Cinderella story, huh?
that's true. Yeah. He's
Also, but you know what? Way to go. He's working. I don't really work, so way to go, Chad.
You know, we can throw shade on the actors. It's fine.
Oh, Minka Kelly, got it.
Yes. And then Makenzie Vega, who is Alexa Pinvega's sister. So, Drew, if you remember the Latinos on Hallmark, this is her little sister.
Oh, okay.
Makenzie Vega.
Makenzie Vega. Okay.
So she's Latina, but she was not really Latina in this movie. She was just pregnant as hell.
Okay,
Yep.
so she was the pregnant hippie.
yes.
Okay.
She's also in a Lifetime movie called Accused, where at the beginning of the movie she
Is
dumps.
accused.
she isn't accused. She's the accuser. She dumps gasoline all over her body at a cheerleading like a football game. She's a cheerleader and lights herself on fire. That's how the movie starts.
What?
Wow.
This is Hallmark?
No.
I was going to say, we got just like some like
That's life.
turtle
that's
puppets
Lifetime.
and she's
That's-
lighting herself on fire.
That's
Really
a
lucked out.
Lifetime
I just want to
shit.
say,
Okay.
Makenzie Vega, she's good.
Okay. Great.
Maybe not in this. She was fine in this.
Probably. Everyone's fine.
Yes. So jumping right in.
Yep.
Well, I will say real quick, it's called
Yes.
The Beach House, but I think like an alternate title could be The Town That Only Whispers. Because they only whisper.
You know, they're very, again, that Oscar vibe. They're going for that Oscar. So
Right.
they don't want to project too loud. They don't want to go over the top.
No.
They want to be very
they're
southern
all-
and very quiet.
Right. I also wrote, it's kind of like everyone's doing a Blanche Devereaux impersonation on Xanax. Just a lot of like, Mama.
Yes.
The waves and the sand.
And the way,
Yeah.
way,
Seriously, though.
Yeah.
and the sand. Look at it.
So, Drew, we
Yeah.
have Coretta is her southern name.
Okay.
But Cara is her Chicago name.
Minka?
It's Minka Kelly.
Okay.
Right.
She lives in Chicago.
Oh, can I stop? Because I got to say like what she is in Nerdland.
Okay. Oh, yeah. What is
'Cause
she?
They're always like.
She has
all
like a
over the place.
sci-fi crossover something.
Definitely. So she's going to be in the new series. It's called Titans.
Uh-huh.
It's a DC comic book. She's going to play Dove in DC Comics. So all you DC fans out there, she's going to play Dove.
Dove, like the
right.
soap. Does she wear all white?
Yeah.
That's right.
Her power, she can only manipulate soap.
Cool.
That's her
What a
powers.
good power.
Wow,
Yeah.
that is good power.
She can carve a soap.
Just
I don't
kidding.
know.
I have no idea what her
the soap
power
thing
is.
is.
Oh my
Yep.
gosh.
You know.
Anyway, go on.
Anyway, so we have Cara. She's from Chicago, allegedly. She was recently fired from her job. And we know this because she like gets a call in her car and she's stuck in traffic driving to South Carolina.
Well,
which is where the
and
movie's
she's listening
placed.
to her voicemails.
Oh, right. And
And
they're
they're
like-
so angry. And one of them was like, "Are you kidding me?" And then she throws her cell phone out the window.
She throws the phone out the window, Drew, and you know
That's
this
how rich she is
This
now.
is a Hallmark movie, right? So
Yeah.
usually they would just throw the phone out the window, and that would be that. But then we get another scene of her like fishing through like the grass
Finding the
trying to
phone.
find the phone because she's like, "Shit, I threw my phone out
And
of the car."
So they're in
Oh,
traffic.
wow. So they actually.
They're in traffic because I don't know. There's duck crossing or some country bumpkin thing, and maybe a hay bale or something's in the way. But
Yeah.
she's like, forget it. And then she's like, I gotta go get it. And so she goes and gets it, and then everyone's honking at her for getting her phone. No one was moving anyway.
They were in traffic.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
Sorry.
So Drew, this is again why it's an Oscar contender.
Yeah.
Because they have the follow through to throw the phone out the window and then get
And
the
then
phone.
Justification.
That would
leave
never
it.
happen.
Yeah.
Never happen in a Hallmark movie. Even a Lifetime movie, if you throw a phone, you're just angry and you throw the phone.
Have you
usually
guys-
in a lake?
Have you guys ever thrown your phone?
No.
No, but look at my crack case or my crack screen. That fell like maybe an inch.
Yeah.
And it cracked. She whipped it. Totally fine.
Totally fine.
Must have been an
Totally
OtterBox.
So one of her coworkers'
Another
name is
box.
Richard, and Richard will come back later very briefly for like a dumb reason. Just remember the name Richard. She maybe dates him, and he maybe got the promotion that she should have gotten.
Okay.
Okay.
Got it.
So now we're in South Carolina, and we see a very southern Andie MacDowell. I don't think she can play anything else.
No, I mean, no.
Wait, is Andie MacDowell the one in Groundhog's Day? Am
Yeah.
I?
No, yeah, she is because
Yep.
I kept on thinking
Yep.
Groundhog's Day.
Okay,
You're right. You're
but
right.
does she have a southern accent in that too?
Yep.
Yes.
Oh,
okay.
she does?
Yep.
Yeah, I think she does.
Yeah, she's a Southern lady. She's a
So
Southern lady.
her name-
Maybe
Could have fooled me.
Her southern ass name is Lovey.
Lovey.
I have no names written down because I was that bored.
Well, and
Because
you probably couldn't hear the names.
it was so quiet.
Yeah, it really was.
Like, what's your name?
It might as well have been. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So Kara comes home and Lovey's like, my daughter's home. But she's like very exhausted just like saying that sentence. So she'll like say like, my daughter's home. And then she'll have to stop and like breathe in a bag. And like, she's very tired.
Yeah. Their like embrace of like being like, we're good to see you was like, I had more interaction with like my Starbucks barista. Like
Yes.
it was weird that they were like, hey, hi.
It will be justified just like the cell phone, Drew. Don't worry. Your face looks concerned. I'm just setting it up for you.
I'm just really scared.
And they talk about turtles because Lovey, Andie MacDowell, loves turtles.
Right.
And she's like a turtle activist. She like, helps them get into the sea.
Right. Makes
Sure.
T-shirts that look like legends of the Little Hen
Because
Temple.
this movie was
Absolutely,
filmed
sure.
on Tybee Island in Georgia.
Tybee Island.
Y'all been to Tybee Island?
No,
It's
is it
beautiful.
Is it a turtle island?
It's an island. Fun fact about the island, because I went there for a wedding one time.
Yeah.
Oh.
They have a weekend where it is a water gun fight, a citywide water gun fight. They can
What?
throw water balloons, water gun, anytime, anywhere, water gun fight.
What?
Now that's a movie.
Isn't that
Two
fun?
people can show up for that, fall in
What?
love, leave their jobs for
Yes,
each other.
yes.
Come on.
Write
Hold
it.
on. What the fuck?
I can find the dates and we can book a hotel or like a beach house and just go. It's really fun.
Citywide?
Yeah.
Citywide. I mean,
So
it's,
you could
it's-
just be
it's
like
a-
doodly dee and
it's like a 5 mile island.
Yeah. Be
You
like
know,
in the produce
oh,
section. I
hell
need this
no.
pineapple. Someone's behind it.
and you just get
sprays.
God damn it, Rich Hansen. Oh my God, I answered the phone. Rich, go away. I'm recording a podcast. All right, I hung up on him. And now that's going to be don't edit that out. I want him to know.
Yeah,
that
yeah,
You don't
no.
call me on Mondays from
won't-
5 to 7.
we won't
okay?
edit that.
Anyways, sorry to sidetrack.
That's fucking
Isn't that fun?
amazing.
We gotta go.
Yes.
Oh,
So now Lovey is taking in this pregnant woman. So this is the pregnant woman that we talked about at the beginning here.
okay.
Right.
Her name is Toy. Toy.
Toy?
That's her name.
Okay.
Toy.
Okay.
Okay. And Toy is helping take care of the mom's like house or whatever. But really, she's like giving her pills on the porch.
Out of her like shirt pocket, here's like a bottle of pills, and they just take it casually.
Wait,
She also-
Toy is giving the mom pills?
Yes,
Okay.
exactly.
Yes.
Are they
And
fun-
green smoothies.
Are they fun pills?
Well,
I hope so.
I hope so.
she deserves them,
But yes, but she tells Kara, because Kara's like, why is there a pregnant woman living here?
but doesn't really care there's a pregnant woman there. She's like, oh, that's
is there?
strange.
I
But
don't
like,
know.
Oh, cool.
too loud, even quiet.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
And she's like, again, very exhausted. And Toy is like trying to help everything stay like looking nice in the house or whatever.
Okay.
Which they were like, oh, this place is falling apart. That was nicer than my apartment. That beach house was really nice. Do you think it looked like it was falling apart?
Well, yeah, they kept saying it was run down, but it was like the pergola outside was run down.
Right, with the porch swing.
Yeah, that's
different
it.
standards.
Yes.
Different standards.
It's South Carolina, so.
Yeah.
But Lovey doesn't mind because she loves the house. She loves the turtle. She loves the house. Her name's Lovey. She loves love. She she has like a house in the city. They keep talking about, or in town, not the city. in
Charleston.
town.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
So
The
that's
big
where
city.
the family grew up, and they have this beach house. So Lovey has moved to the beach house. Her son, his name's Palmer. He moved into the house in the town.
And he sucks,
He's an asshole.
Ugh,
but loves
Palmer.
cake.
He loves cake. Just like the father who died like 3 years ago. So the father
Okay.
died 3 years ago. She moved to the beach house. He moved into the South Carolina house.
Great.
And he is like a dick like the dad. And Andie MacDowell Lovey is like a pushover.
Right.
Okay.
And Kara, the Chicago girl, is like, she's been away for so long that she's not even really involved with the family.
Now, I thought they said 3 years, and then they said 5 years. How many years is she
I think
gone?
she's been gone for probably 5. And I think the dad was dead for 3.
Oh, okay. It took me three,
okay.
like I said, 3 separate viewings to get through this because I kept falling asleep.
Right. This is if you have a new
'cause
baby
they're
and you
so
want to
quiet?
put them to sleep, you should play this movie. White noise in the background.
Yeah.
Very good for the babies.
Yeah, right.
And there's like family tension going on, but it's all like veiled in southern like side glances and like sighs.
Right. Because
yes.
like when Kara comes back, they all go to Palmer's house and he's constantly in like business cash.
Yes.
You know, and his daughter goes without an accent. She goes, "Why does she talk funny?" And he goes, "Well, she moved up north. She's now a Yankee," or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
But the kid had no dialect.
Right. Yeah. No.
Because
Yeah, the kid's like,
kid can't
"Why
do
does
it.
she
That's
sound?"
awesome.
She might as well been like, "Oh God, why does she sound so different?"
How does she sound so different, Mom?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
okay.
And also at the end of that dinner scene, he yells at everybody and then he demands that his wife cut him another piece of cake.
Yes.
And she's like, I'm going to put this cake away and we're just going to call it a night. And he's like, cut me another piece of cake. Go to commercial.
Right. Yeah.
It was so weird.
And the wife, I wrote, brother, because again, I didn't know his name till today when I watched it.
Yes.
Brother's wife, ... robot.
Maybe.
Because she was like very like, just, she didn't say anything.
So it's like, you're thinking.
I'm thinking maybe sequel, Beach House 2.
So it's like, it's 1 millimeter away from being a sci-fi / horror.
Correct.
I was trying to
Gotcha.
find it. I think that's where it is.
You know, it would be like
Cool.
one of those horror movies where it's it'd be like A Quiet Place, which I haven't seen, but I assume it's very quiet in that movie.
They don't talk at all
There you go. Well, that was this movie.
what I gather.
Also, Palmer, the son, demands that the mom move in with him and not at the beach house because, the beach house is like falling apart. And if a hurricane comes, it won't hold up.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Kara also has like a boy in town that she's like running into every now and then. His name's Brett, and it's Chad Michael Murray. And they're like having flirty conversations. She like dated him for like a summer one time.
Sure. Summer Lovin'.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's actually said in the movie.
And of course.
But not sung.
No.
Could've used it.
No.
Definitely could have.
Could've used
and
that song.
Andie MacDowell has like a black friend, and she was the wise old black lady.
And her name is Flo, and she had some great lines.
But I'm like, this trope needs to die.
It needs
Yeah,
to die.
it does. She's faster than the internet. That was my favorite one.
Yeah. She
Which,
had,
by
like,
the way,
tons of lines like that.
The technology in this town, I was like, oh, do they have computers? Do they not? She said internet. Then there's an iPad adjacent, whatever.
Does she say, like, what? That's a weird phrase. That's not a
Well,
phrase.
because the whole town knows the business. Like, she comes in, she's like, I heard you saw your Brett.
Yeah.
And Brett's like a fisherman on a boat.
So she's trying
She
to like
knows
hook
everything.
up Brett.
Yeah.
and
And
Kara
the mom
'cause-
is like hardcore, being like, you should go and fuck that guy. Because she'll be like, ooh, that dress you're wearing is going to get wet. Maybe you should change it. And she's like, oh, Mom. I'm like,
Whoa.
she basically asked you to take off your dress before you see this guy.
Lord.
Yeah, I know. Mm-hmm. Pretty
Summer
scandalous.
Lovin'.
Lord.
But again, in an Oscar movie,
Oh, this is...
you would have a scandalous
Powerful.
sex talk.
Yeah, you'd have some sexy sex talk.
Yes.
With your mom? I don't know.
So Kara gets upset
Is that a rule?
and decides to go home because her mom is like not able to stand up for herself because the son like yelled at her at dinner and was like, "You're moving in," and the mom was like, "Oh, well, okay, I'll do whatever you say," and Kara's like, "You are just like the reason why I left. Like I left because you're like a pushover mom, and like I'm embarrassed to be your daughter, and I have to stand up for you and this family because our dad just pushed us around, and now Palmer the son's just pushing us around."
Right.
Okay.
But again, said too pointedly.
So, real quick, and maybe you said this
Okay.
already. Why is she there?
Oh, well, I guess because she got fired.
Got fired or left. I was a little confused by that.
There's no
Yeah,
reason.
There's
really.
no reason?
She just kind of comes up unannounced.
Yeah.
Like, because again, we don't know if they have internet or anything, but Flo's faster than it, so I guess she runs around just because everyone's new.
Flo knew already.
Oh yeah, Flo was like,
Flo had a welcome basket. she had everything going on.
She probably just like, she only texted Flo, like, hey, Flo, girl, I'm on my way. Let's get some drinks.
Yes.
Flo's like, I'll get my shoes on to let everyone know.
I was like,
Right.
I'll put my shoes on.
So then, of course, since
That's all
there
I
can be
need.
no conflict in these movies, she like immediately apologizes in the very, very next scene. And Kara asks her mom, like, hey, Mom, what are all those pills on your nightstand?
Right. It's. I wrote. Mom has 4 bottles. She says they're vitamins. They're in pill bottles, like
They're in, like,
pharmacy
Like prescription pills.
My dad's on 7 pills, and I've never asked him why. I
Right?
just think it's funny. She's like, "What are those 4 things?" Oh,
Yeah.
vitamins. Oh, okay.
And Lovey's like,
But if your dad, if you did ask that and your dad was like,
He would list.
they're
they're
like,
vitamins, you would be like,
oh no,
no.
and if he said they're vitamins, you're like,
I'd be like,
no, they're not, dude.
She also
That's not-
blames
vitamins don't come in.
She
that.
blames the pregnant girl Troy. She's like, well, Troy's on a health kick
Toy.
because she's Toy. See, I'm trying to justify her name being better than Toy.
I know Troy would be like
Troy is a fine name.
normally-
Troy
Toy,
Bolton.
I'm sorry, Toy is on a health kick, and since she's pregnant, we're just taking vitamins together.
Toy. Is she Japanese?
No.
Okay.
Well, the actress is Latina.
Oh,
But-
maybe the writer was
A
like,
toy in
maybe
Spanish
they-
is juguete, I think.
right.
and they can't say that.
Yeah,
Call
if
her Toy.
Yeah, if they call her juguete, then I guess I'd be fine with that.
The
but they're
writer
not.
intended it to be a Japanese woman,
Right.
But it.
Hallmark's like, we can't.
Yeah.
We can't.
Oh,
Listen,
no,
it's
no,
either
no, no,
Flo
no.
or Toy. You pick your.
Like,
Right.
No, we can't have it. Well, slow down. We can't have a Japanese person on a Hallmark movie. That's
No.
crazy. What are you,
Never.
crazy? Especially a pregnant one?
So, Kara decides to stay a little bit longer in
Okay.
town. And this gives her ample opportunity to hang out with Brett.
Hook
who's
up
like,
with the Brett. And
he's fixing her
So
sink.
his last name is weird. I'm looking on here. Beauchamps.
oh, the last name of the character?
Of the character. Brett Beauchamps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's
weird.
not that's made up. That's not a real thing.
Well, all these names are weird. But this
Yeah,
is
all
based
of
on a book, so I would blame the author of the book.
Yeah. Would you look up and see how many pages this
Oh.
book is? I'm curious.
It's an Alice Munro book, and I know she's like a real writer. So,
Oh, okay.
So,
There
anyways,
are pictures in it, though.
Yeah, right. I was going to say.
right, pictures in the middle, So Kara is like going on a boat ride, and it's like very scenic in these marshes, right?
That's right. It's very scenic. And wait, and she wore. Oh, this was early, but don't worry about that. Like when she wore high heels in the sand, everyone was like, "Oh, look who's back from the big city! Oh, look at that!" And she threw her heels away and got a pair of flip flops. So now she's flip flop Kara.
I did notice she was wearing flip flops in a later scene, and I was like,
Yeah, because she was like,
Minka Kelly's feet look
I don't
like
need these-
really weird in flip flops.
right. She
It
needs
just
those heels
is weird to see a
Why was
actress
she
in flip flops.
Why is she in heels?
because
in
she
the
came
first
from the
place?
big city.
She's from the city.
How do
She's-
you guys
she
feel
didn't-
about Chicago being like
she
the
didn't
big
have-
city?
I mean,
Weird,
it's
right?
It is.
It is.
I guess so. I don't know.
I
It's
don't
like-
know if it's the big city.
Right.
It's
It
a
is-
big city.
It is.
I guess so.
Second city. It's the second city.
That is true, I guess
but
It's the biggest city in the Midwest.
It is. But I mean, I don't know.
But anyway,
New
yes.
York's closer.
That's
to
true.
where they
True.
are.
That's
It is.
true. But yeah, they went on a scenic boat ride. Lots of useless pointing.
I mean, this is where they like fall in love, right?
Right. And the song behind it's like ha, because I wrote boat music.
Boat music. I love it.
Yeah,
Yes. it's-
I love. Wait. So they're like just. Just go on.
they're just pointing.
They're pointing me like, look it over there. You're like, oh, I love you. I'm starting to love you.
Yeah,
and
at that.
it's very scenic. And then they
Yeah.
go on like a little cooking thing together, and he's like
Right.
sexy.
the
teaching
ghost
her-
moment. It was like ghost moment, but they were cutting a zucchini.
Yes,
Oh,
instead
no,
of like
that's
making
dangerous.
a pot,
That's what I thought.
That's
cutting a
dangerous.
zucchini. But I liked this part because she was like, "Okay, haha, get the fuck off me." Like,
really?
Yeah, she's like, "This is gross. Like, get off me."
That's
Oh,
right.
good. That's fine.
And he went back to stirring something, and then his towel falls off his shoulder because he's cooking. She goes, "You dropped your towel," and I just thought that was like
Weird.
as sexy as this movie's
but
gonna
she
get.
says it. But she says,
You dropped your towel.
Yes.
Yeah,
But she
really
also
get that
says
boom in there. Got to pick that up.
She also says that she is going to move back to Chicago, killing the mood,
And he gets
real
real
very mad, and they like break up. So
Oh,
they were
just all
together
in
for
that?
2 seconds, and now they're broken up.
oh, that's too bad. Well,
So the mom goes and watches the turtle lay eggs on the beach.
Pokes it with a stick to find the nest carefully.
Really?
You don't remember that? They're like, "Oh, let's go," and like they're carefully poking the nest to find it, and they're like, "There it is," and they put caution tape around it. I just
Oh
thought that was
wait,
funny.
I missed a scene.
Poke it with a stick.
So hold the turtle.
hold the turtle.
Poking.
Poking.
There's
Move
a
that
scene
away.
like somewhere before this where Lovey goes with Toy to the doctor, and you think it's going to be Toy's pregnancy checkup, but it's not.
Nope.
It's Lovey's tumor cancer checkup.
Uh-oh.
That's right. She has terminal
She has
cancer,
cancer.
and she's not doing radiation. She just wants to live her last summer and just have a nice
she's
summer.
just taking that Vicodin all day.
Maybe
not.
her vitamins, I think.
Well, that's what I mean by Vicodin.
Oh, good.
Sorry, did I say Vicodin? I meant vitamins.
Right. They both start with a V. Very confusing.
At least that's what I tell myself every time I wake up.
Yeah.
These are vitamins.
These are vitamins. These are vitamins. These are vitamins. These are Vicodin.
So yes.
Yep.
So now we're at the turtle place, and Kara comes by, and this is the opportunity for the mom to tell Kara that she has cancer,
Has the cancers.
and they vow to make it the best summer.
Right.
This would be where, in a normal Hallmark movie, we would have a montage.
Right.
Yeah.
We don't get the montage
No.
because this is the Hallmark Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Oh, so they
Too
want
classy for montage.
Yeah.
Oh, we don't even get a tear. Like when she's like, I have cancer. She's like, oh no.
Yeah.
We don't even
Yeah.
get a tear.
She's like,
Oh God.
Wait,
Wait,
we're
what?
all very subdued.
wait, what?
It's up to the viewer to insert the emotions, guys.
Yeah, that's good filmmaking. It's up for the viewer to connect the dots.
Yes. So then they do. So I'm
the
going to say
writer
this
was
like
an
it's happening in a
improviser.
montage, but it's not happening in a montage. It's happening in like a bunch of scenes that don't matter. So they like watch the turtle eggs hatch. Then they like fix a pergola. They fix the pergola. She
Right.
goes shopping for the pergola. Kara does.
What's a pergola?
It's it's kind of like a deck, but it has a cover on it.
Oh, okay.
It's like the slotted
So,
cover.
Gazebo-esque.
a porch.
Like a
Right.
porch.
A covered porch.
That's
pretty
what we
much.
call them in the big city.
In the big city,
Porches.
we call them porches.
A pergola is like a fancy.
Yeah, it's got like
It's a fancy
porch.
word.
Okay.
nice stuff on the side.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
I get
Yeah.
you.
So Kara goes to the store. She likes buying supplies. She sees Brett, tells him that his mom has cancer. They have like an emotion or two.
Right. Now, did you clock
have-
when she hit her head on the trunk?
No.
Okay, so I think it was a mistake because they kept it in. She like comes out of the because it seemed like I wrote ooh montage and it wasn't because she comes out of like the home whatever it's not a Home Depot but whatever small town Home Depot and she's like we're gonna do this and she's putting stuff in her trunk and Brett comes up and she goes "Gong," and she clocks it just on the part where it clicks into the trunk and she does like a head move that looks too real and then it's the next shot and
Why
I
did
was
they
like
keep it in?
yeah
Because it just does great.
They're like, a real moment.
this is real
This is a real
Use,
moment.
use the pain, Minka.
and then she said
use the pain.
that's right but she said ow like really quietly.
Nice. So then what else happens? It's
More turtle stuff.
yeah, Lovey goes to the bank now. Okay, this is like the next big thing. So that's our montage portion, Drew. It wasn't really a montage, but all
It
that
wasn't.
stuff happened. And
Okay.
And Brett finished it. And
Brett
painted
fixed
it.
the pergola at the end. They didn't even fix it.
Yep. Paints
So-
gazebo thing. That's
Okay.
what I wrote.
Yes. So Lovey goes to the bank to settle her affairs because she's dying. But her son's been handling all her money and finances because she's too dumb to handle it. It's what he says. It's literally. Am I wrong?
I was also making a stir fry before I came here, and this I think is when I got up and I was like, I think my vegetables are burning, and I forgot to hit pause.
Hey, you don't have to. This is why we're here. Two of us together, we can get through this movie. So she goes to the bank. She realizes her son is stealing money.
That's right.
And she goes to stand up for herself finally after like years of not. She goes to him and she's like, I'm not mad that you stole money, but hey, I'm mad that I have cancer.
That's right.
What?
So
She reveals to him who he apparently does not live that far. Right then, at a family barbecue
yes.
where all his family, his kids are
there,
dancing
his
to
wife.
I
generic
mean-
nondescript country music.
That's a pretty sweet move, though. I mean, if you really want to get somebody on their
Yeah, but how do you
stealing.
say? Right, sure, but like to be like, well, you know what? I have cancer. Corn? Like how are you supposed to eat
Would
after
you
that?
like corn?
Right. And he doesn't. He storms
You know,
off. He takes
he
the
gets-
kids. He takes the wife.
He has an opposite reaction from Kara. He's crying, wiping his eyes. He's upset. He's
He's
angry.
a theater actor.
Good.
Yeah,
Get
he
him.
was playing for the balcony.
Right.
him, get
They're
him.
like, who hired this guy? He's ruining our Oscar vibe.
That's right.
ruining the whole thing.
Yeah.
Why is this? Why would this happen? Why would God let this happen
Yes.
to me?
Exactly. He's doing like a Shakespearean monologue.
What
With an accent, with a
God
southern dialect.
wrought?
Yes.
That's
Tennessee Williams, Shakespeare,
Yes.
all mixed it together. So he runs off, and then Kara gets a visitor now from Chicago.
Okay.
It's Richard, the guy I told you not to forget about.
Oh,
Right.
I did though.
But
So did I.
Yeah, and this is what I've written. So they're like, a storm's coming in. Storm, which led to Richard, which led to terrible actor. He was not very good.
Yeah, because he's like, hey, baby, I want to get with you, and I got your promotion. I'm really sorry, but we can still, like, get it on.
Oh.
And
Yeah, they have like a business meeting or business lunch dinner thing
Yeah,
at
but he's
some
like-
really nice restaurant in town. Didn't know that existed.
It does.
And he starts off with, boy, you look beautiful. And now business. Like, yeah.
Yeah, very sexual harassment-y,
Yeah,
very
just
gross.
garbage person.
And he's like, I talked to the bosses, and like I said, you helped me get this big account, so they want to rehire you and give you all these great perks for coming back.
Yeah, Officer VP.
And he's like, and if you want to date again, though, and like, hey.
Also,
like,
we got
like,
that
I got a
part.
hotel room. And she's like, I'll need that in writing. And he's like, huh? And she's like, for the
offer.
business offer that you gave me,
The
you
business
asshole.
offer, you
not,
dumbass.
Not your dumb hotel sex offer. I don't need that in writing.
I don't need that in writing, but what room
Yeah, what
are
room
you
and
in?
Can I have a key? Do you have a spare?
Because I'm into this.
Well, that's why I'm not Minka Kelly.
I'm not, I mean, none of us are really.
That's true.
Only Minka Kelly's Minka Kelly.
That's very true. And
We
even
we love you,
she's
Minka
not
Kelly.
really Minka Kelly anymore because she's in a Hallmark movie. So, no.
I mean,
saying.
it's hard to- I don't know.
Anyway, so she's like, get out of town, a storm's coming, just in case you forgot that a storm was coming. And the hurricane actually comes, and it's pretty bad. But actually, it's just a tropical storm.
Well, that's what the mom says. I'd never picked up her name, so just my note is mom.
Lovey.
Lovey. Thank
And
you.
Lovey hunkers down with Kara and Flo, and they like have buckets of water because you're supposed to fill up everything with water when you get a hurricane.
And Flo stole the eggs from the nest, which is illegal. Which they do
turtle
make
eggs.
the turtle eggs because she wants to save these baby turtles.
Right, okay.
Because they would have washed away in the hurricane, I guess.
Right. And to me, the turtle was like a hard metaphor. I was trying to figure out who's the turtle in this situation. Is it Kara? Is it Lovey?
Oh, good call.
Or could
Who
it be
is the turtle?
Toy? Because Toy is stranded at the clinic because she went to go to the
A
clinic.
very, very busy clinic.
Yes. The hurricane's coming. She doesn't have a ride home or whatever. So she
She took
decides,
the bus there. She took the bus
Oh, okay.
there.
She decides to walk home
Right.
in a hurricane.
How? And she said, she's like, when am I going to see a doctor? They're like, I don't know. How far along are you? And does she say 3 months or 3 weeks? I thought she said 3 months.
Oh my God. If she's 3 months, then what about happens next? Doesn't
it might
make
have been.
sense.
It might have been 3 weeks, but she was like 3 weeks. They're like, sorry, we're looking for like tomorrow or the next day. Then you can come.
Wait,
you can
3
jump the line.
months? So, like, she's not.
Like away from pregnancy.
Like
she's
away
very
from
pregnant.
Yeah. She's very pregnant. Like how far away?
But
from
she's
you-
not like
your-
close to her due date.
Okay.
Right. Which
Anyways,
is important.
the walking in the hurricane sets off her pregnancy, as you would think it would.
Yeah, she decides to
I
leave
mean,
the
that's-
doctor
that's
and
what
goes into
hurricanes do.
full-on pregnancy.
Yeah, her water breaks. I'm assuming that's like because she's like holding her crotch.
It would be. It's.
I don't know.
Did
It's
you,
so weird.
Do you know if it was 3 months or 3 weeks?
I think
'Cause,
it was definitely 3, and I want to say it was probably 3 weeks.
3 weeks.
Yeah, because 3 months is like you're not.
It's
gonna
weird.
Just go into labor.
Right. Well, too, when she's passing people, she's like, help me. And people are like, I gotta go and hunker down. And then she screams, and I'm like, oh, here we go, having a baby in the hurricane.
Yeah.
And again, no one
A
helps.
baby in a hurricane.
But Brett
Oh,
shows
there you
up
go.
Yeah,
and he
does.
picks her up. Okay. So then we get the next day, and I guess what happens the next
Well,
day?
okay,
Everything
so
gets
the-
wrapped up pretty well,
Right,
right?
because the mom reveals that she was in love. She was the other woman to a dead pilot, and that's who she really loved. And then she gives the deed to the beach house and all the land to Kara. And Kara's
okay,
like,
good, fine.
oh my gosh, thank you. And then we have the wrap-up section.
Oh my God,
Yes, and it's like
give me a baby,
Brett
baby.
and Toy show up, and they have a new baby.
And guess what? No one's surprised. They're like,
No.
oh, is that a baby?
oh, you had the baby, great.
Oh my God, you
Right.
have a baby.
And then Palmer shows
Shows
up
up,
and he
ooh,
apologizes.
Drives up right behind it, like, boom.
Yeah, they were really wrapping it
He's
up.
like,
They're
sorry.
time to end this movie. Then we get like a flash forward, I guess, to the end of summer.
Well, because what's hilarious is, well, not hilarious, but kind of tragic, is the mom's like, well, how much time do you have left? She goes, they said till the end of summer.
Yes. So now we're at the end of summer.
We're literally the last day.
And we know that because Andie MacDowell is like, I'm chilly. Can I get a blanket?
And
she's like
then-
coughing. And then I was like,
Oh,
she's
she's gonna
Barely
die.
coughing.
Kara,
about
she
to
looks
die.
fine. She doesn't have like a head wrap or anything. I mean, because she's not doing the chemo, I guess.
Yeah.
Obviously. But Kara goes to get the blanket, and then Lovey, Andie MacDowell, takes out the photo, and she's looking at the photo of this man that she loved that wasn't their father.
Okay.
And she's like smiling at the photo, and I'm like, good Lord, this is a Hallmark movie. So of course the photo is going to fall to the ground, and then that means she's dead.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And that's exactly what happened.
Yep, totally.
Yep. Nice.
And then one more flash forward.
1 year later,
Yeah.
we see Kara and all the family, the kids, Flo's there, the new baby,
Toy and the baby.
They're watching the turtles hatch, and then Kara and Brett stand on the beach together, just the same way as Lovey and
That's
her.
right. Almost step
pilot
on two
man.
baby turtles, and they point at them twice, which I think is hilarious because I'm sure, like, and now you see the baby turtles. Point at them. Okay, good. Put those fingers lower. Yeah,
Yes.
Point at him again.
good.
Do the
Laugh.
thing.
Laugh. Okay, great.
Laugh.
And that's the movie. That's it.
That's the whole thing.
Why did they go to the future? On that?
There's no. I was hoping a proposal, but no. Just to show that her life is paralleling her mom's.
Oh, okay. Well, that's not.
And so
That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
'cause her mom died of cancer.
Right.
So
Well, she better be careful.
she better be careful and not smoke them cigarettes.
I don't know. I don't know.
Or just what kind of
Everything causes cancer, and there was no
explanation of what kind.
explanation.
No.
The doctor's visit was like, well, your tumor is inoperable. I don't even think they said cancer. They just said tumor. And then later, when the mom's talking about it, she said cancer a lot.
right,
Like a lot.
right.
Yeah. She just was like cancer.
You know,
well, she
it's,
was like
it's pulling the heartstrings and everything,
Cancer,
like
cancer,
as it does.
Cancer.
So that wraps up our conversation about the beach house.
Yeah.
Let's pour it up or put a cork in it. We'll start with you, Michael.
Well, you know, I for a long time wanted to be a puppeteer. For a long time.
Yeah.
And one thing that this movie really had was turtle puppets.
It had
we
some,
had
oh,
we,
did
we
it
had
have
a-
some nice turtle puppets?
while they're watching the like.
you didn't tell me this.
Oh, I know. We kind of skipped
Well,
over
they're
it.
in the
but-
sand.
Well,
Yeah,
this
so-
changes everything.
So we had like baby turtles coming out of the ground, which were clearly finger puppets because they only moved back and forth like this. Like, so I wish you guys could see it, but like it was like,
come
"Gak,
on.
gak, gak, gak," and they're like, look at him run, and they're not walking.
Oh,
and then there was like a
that's
leatherback
great.
turtle, and they're sitting and watching it lay eggs, and it's the puppet. You could tell is just like someone had their hands in the back flippers and were just going like bloop.
You
bloop,
guys
bloop, bloop.
should have told me this immediately.
Guys, I thought the Muppets were real for a really long time.
Yeah.
So
Really?
I didn't really notice they were puppets.
At first, I was like, "Is that my first?" I was like, "Is that an intern
I
in a
didn't know
turtle
this.
outfit?" Because it was kind of. She sees the turtle, like whatever, Lovely's like, "Oh," and then runs away, and then we go to commercial, and that one looked like it could have been just someone like they're like, "Hey, you're getting your college credit. Throw on this backpack and just kind of move in the sand. You're gonna be far away. It'll look like a turtle." Because that's kind of what it looked like. And then they were
okay.
up next to it, and they're like, "The turtle's crying." It was really stupid, but the puppetry.
The turtles crying.
Yeah, it was a
Did
whole
they
thing.
say that?
Because the whole thing, I was like, I think they were
They
really
cry
trying to set
when
up
they give
birth.
birth.
No, I mean, okay.
Yeah, I don't know,
I don't
but
know. Maybe they do. But
yeah,
that's great.
and there was like a lot of like, you know,
Well, this changes everything.
I mean, I'm just saying, and they were like really trying hard to be like the metaphor for the turtle. Because at
Yes.
one point, like Brett shows up and he shines a light so the baby turtles can see the ocean. I was like, oh, Kara's the turtle, or is the mom the turtle? Either way, I'm sorry, I'm giving them too much credit. I would like to put a cork in it.
Okay.
Throw it out a window.
Okay.
Let it smash so no one can consume it ever again.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Is that too harsh?
Yeah.
No, I
Okay.
mean this is why we're here.
No.
So putting a cork in it. Drew, what are you gonna do?
Blind. I shouldn't have to say blind anymore. I don't watch these,
Well, it's implied.
but it's implied. I'm gonna pour it up.
Okay.
Really?
I'm gonna pour it up, and I was gonna put a cork in it.
Yes.
because of how confusing it was for this whole situation to happen in the first place.
True. No justification.
But you mentioned some puppetry, some turtle action. I didn't know that. You should have told me that in the first place. But now that I know, pouring it up.
Okay.
Yeah, it is kind of magical. I know
Drew
you like magic.
is
puppetry.
pouring it up.
Yep.
I am going to. So here's the thing: the movie is supposed to be like a cancer movie,
Yeah.
right? But we didn't really get much cancer.
You didn't get to the cancer part.
And you know, if it's going to be a tearjerker cancer movie like Stepmom, I want you to lean into that. I want to see like Susan Sarandon smoking a cigarette on her porch, on her pergola, in her headscarf, and Julia Roberts is like freaking out because she has to raise this baby,
her
children. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the stakes weren't there. Like, and nobody reacted.
Yeah, there were no
to anything.
To their mom dying.
Yeah, and you know what? And they openly fat shamed a pregnant woman. Because
always.
Yeah.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, well, because the pergola broke.
Giving me all this new information.
Listen, he was out on a roll. We had to get through a lot that didn't happen in this movie.
The pregnant woman did break the swing by sitting on it.
Yeah, so she broke it and and they're like, "That's okay." It says, "I wrote toy."
Never mind.
Toy breaks it.
I'm pouring it up for that.
Are you? Yeah, because like they say, "That's okay. We can fix it." And Flo says, "I wrote it down verbatim. Girl, I'm as old as the hills, and she's as big as a house." And they all laugh. And then Kara says, just to Flo, "No, you're not." And then never says anything to Toy.
Right. It's great. You're right. Pour it up for that moment. Only.
I'm now solid in pour it up.
Yes. So that wraps up our conversation about the beach house. But before we go, we have our favorite segment of this week and every week. What you say, Candace Cameron Bray? But just kidding. Because I accidentally unfollowed her this weekend when I was drunk.
No.
I know.
Was it while you were watching The Beach House or no?
Probably. I don't know what I was doing, but I just unfollowed her, and now I can't add her back for whatever reason. So I could be blocked from Candace. We don't know yet. I'm going to let my Instagram simmer for like a couple of days and see what happens. But for now, no. So instead of Candace, I have a very fun B segment today.
Yeah.
We got a cool shout out on a podcast from another podcast. So, just on Instagram and stuff, people kind of talk to us. And this podcast is called Happily Never After.
Yeah, they're
Never
fun.
in all caps. They do Hallmark movies. They've also kind of been toying with the idea of doing Lifetime, although I don't think they have yet.
Yeah.
They did a whole Meghan Markle series because her movie's coming up on Lifetime. Or it already came out by the time this will be airing.
Yeah.
And they gave us a cool shout out. So I want to play the clip and then we'll talk a little bit more about them.
Yeah.
I do want to shout out the podcast Lifetime Uncorked. I have been listening to this.
It's funny. Yeah.
It is so funny. Patrick Serrano is the host.
That's
and
you.
He brings on his producer and a guest. And it's like one of them has seen it. Patrick has watched all of them, obviously. One of his guests has seen it, one of them hasn't, and it's really funny. So if you're into the Lifetime where there's more murder, more sinister behavior.
More a woman gets done wrong by a guy and she goes fucking crazy.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
Yay.
they're fun. They curse.
Oh.
So don't think that they're like a bougie, like bougie's not the right word, but they're like, uptight Hallmark people.
Nah.
They're like down to earth. I think they're both moms.
Yeah, they're both
So, like,
moms.
cool
They give a
moms.
shit.
They're both moms.
They're cool moms. I could be mixing them up with another podcast. So if you're not moms, guys, I'm really sorry. But I'm like, if they are moms and they're doing this podcast and watching all these movies, that's a lot of work.
Well done.
I can
Yeah,
barely do it,
Lord.
and I'm a single gay man just drinking my wine, having a good time.
Getting blocked.
Getting blocked by
Getting
Candace.
blocked by
so
Candace.
the hosts are Reagan Love Campbell and Dr. Robin. They have a doctor on the podcast.
Yep.
They do like a little synopsis at the top, then they do like a deep dive into the plot of the movie and like all their observations, and then they rate everything at the end. They do like a 1 to 5 scale of like things like believability, chemistry, and diversity.
Oh, yeah, that's great.
So,
yeah,
they're like
Sure.
acknowledging that Hallmark has some issues with diversity. They're totally on the same page with us as like the POV on Hallmark.
Yeah.
They know that some shit's fucked up, but they also enjoy the movies. And they might have liked this movie. I don't know.
I mean, I hope they didn't,
Right.
but also loved to
Well,
not like it.
They drink Prosecco, so they're very
Ooh,
classy.
too sweet.
They're very classy.
I mean, for me.
I mean, yeah. I don't like bubbles. But yeah, Happily Never After.
I mean, I drink, vodka lemonade.
Yeah,
Now that sounds delicious.
that's perfect for this movie. summer movie.
Yeah.
Vodka lemonade on the beach.
My.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So.
Well, hey, thanks, guys. That was so nice of
Michael,
them.
where can we find you on social media?
You can find me at Michael's Music Machine on Instagram and Facebook,
Yeah.
and michaelsmusicmachine.com.
Yes.
Yeah, and keep up on where I'm performing and stuff like that.
Very cool.
Sweet.
Drew, where can we find you?
Well, as always, you can find me at Drew But With Pants
Wonderful.
on Instagram and all the other things I don't care about as much.
But you have the handle, so
I do
it's
have
yours.
that handle.
He
in
has a
his
handle
mind.
on it.
Good.
I handle it.
Well, thank you both for being here.
Yay, this was so fun.
Yay.
Thanks.
And thank you, listeners, for checking back in with Lifetime on Court. We watch these movies so you don't have to, but if you do, we'd love to hear from you. You can follow me at Patrick McGill or the podcast at Lifetime on Court. Don't forget to rate and review us on Apple Podcasts, not iTunes, because iTunes is dead now.
oh, yeah, it's
It
not
is
iTunes
dead.
anymore. It's
Yeah, it's called Apple Podcasts. I've learned that.
and I rated.
You did?
I did.
Oh, thank you.
And I used emojis.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes. Yeah, emojis, poop emoji for Drew. Anything
Yep.
else for me, please?
I made my own like Hallmark movie in emojis.
Oh, I can't wait to look at
Yeah.
it.
You?
Uh-huh.
You can do that?
Yeah.
Well,
Does
I did.
Apple let you do that?
sure.
I'm an Android man. I have no
yes.
idea.
I think that's all. Did I say the website, lifetimeoncourt.com?
Yeah.
Cool. Wonderful. That's it. Okay, bye.
Bye.